Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.
Happy New Year. Wait, can we still say that? It's January 13th.
Close enough.
Okay. And welcome and welcome to an all-new edition of the John Cash Show podcast. Now, before I get started with my shit talking, the views and opinions expressed by myself do not reflect those of the John Cash Show podcast sponsors and or affiliates. Listeners and viewers' discretion is highly advised. And you can also hear the John Cash Show podcast on demand on your favorite streaming platforms, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Deezer, Audacy, Pandora, and many, many more platforms except for Tidal. Okay, now welcoming back to his rightful home.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. The man with the iron jaw and not the iron claw. You know what? It's 2025. Let's switch it up. The cunnilingus captain.
I ain't mad at it.
The prince of pussyology. The engineer extraordinaire of the John Cash Show podcast, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary individuals. The one and only Josh Fauci.
I like the new inclusivity with the non-binary individuals in my intro. That's nice. That's real nice. And take your shots, people. Take your shots.
Yeah. How was your week? How was your week?
Well, it's been pretty good. Been starting off the new year with the cold, so that hasn't been fun. But actually, it's been pretty good, all despite all that. So
I think that's going around. I had a cold around Christmas time.
Yeah,
that sucked.
Yeah, people are nasty
because that was the first half of my fucking break, and it was like I'm stuck in bed, like sniffling and coughing and shit, and like talking like talking like that, like that fucked up my my week. So how did you bring in the new year?
Pretty simple, really. I like to keep it low key now. Like I've been that way for a while. There's only a few times where I've gone out and had a really good time on New Year's, but it's just me, wifey, and one other friend couple, and they brought one friend with them. They came to our crib. We made a real nice dinner for everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, they brought some stuff as well, and we just kept it low key. And at 12:05, they was out the door, and we was in bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had a Will and Jada New Year's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
But you know, it's cool. Everybody was on the same type of time where it was just like they showed up around 6:37 ish, but we all were just like, we want to be out by noon. Like ball drop, cool. Packing up, we're
by
going.
noon,
yeah,
or midnight.
Probably noon would have been nice too. I ain't gonna lie to you, noon would have been nice too.
Like, whoa, what kind of? Hey, watch out now.
You know what I will say though, like the coverage, like not that we watched a lot of it, we only did it in the last 10 minutes before the ball drop, but man, the coverage for like the New Year, like the Times Square coverage or whatever, I don't know why anybody would watch that shit anymore. Like that shit is.
I mean, eventually when we do the New Year's Eve coverage, they won't say that.
Yeah.
They'll say that, wow, this is the most fascinating time on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was trying to see 50 somewhere. I heard he performed on New Year's Eve on some, I don't know where it was.
That was a residency though.
Oh, it was a residency?
Yeah, that was a residency.
See, that
in Vegas.
Yeah, but I thought they were going to show it on TV or something like that. We were hunting for it, and I was thinking that would have been cool. That would have been cool to see.
No, Ja Rule. I saw he was, I believe, on Channel 7 with DJ Cassidy.
People
rock the mic.
People really wanted to see Ja in 2025.
I mean, what what you gonna do? Yeah.
How was your New Year's?
I slept.
That sounds great.
I slept in the new year. That's like the past 4 out of 5 years. I've slept, or 3 out of 5 years. I've slept the new year. No, 4 out of the 5. I slept the new year in.
That sounds good, actually.
I mean, that damn thunder woke me the fuck up. I was like, what the fuck? It sounded like the damn house.
Yeah, that shit was kind of crazy.
It was
though.
like boom. It was like WrestleMania sound effects out
Yeah.
there. Like,
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I woke up. I was like, the fuck is going on outside? I said, well, if we died, let me go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it coming.
Yeah, the sleep was not. I will say the sleep was not good because me being in the Bronx, it's like the thunderstorms, and then after that, everybody's leftover 4th of July fireworks were going off.
And
Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, you hear that all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any New Year's resolutions?
Honestly, I'm not a big resolution person, but it's just things that I've been wanting to get better at the end of last year for the last couple months, just trying to be more communicative on the front end with people. Cause like I am the worst person at texting people back, emailing people back, as you well know. Calling people,
I wasn't going to say
calling
it,
people
but-
back. It is, I don't know what it is, but it's just such a heavy lift for me to communicate.
You treat me like a side hoe.
Yeah,
I
I
appreciate
really
it.
I treat a lot of people like a side hoe. I'm not gonna I treat a lot.
Okay, so I don't feel
Yeah.
so bad.
I tell everybody, I'm like, if you don't hear from me, I swear to God, I still love you. I swear,
I know.
I swear to God,
I know.
it's nothing personal. It's just the phone is so heavy. I don't know what it is. There's a mental block with me when it comes to communication.
You're tired of talking after working your jaw.
Yeah, that's that too.
Yeah.
That too.
It's a heavy lift.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution. Let me be very not only just transparent, but let me be very specific. I want to lose 20 pounds healthy, like healthy, the healthy way.
So in 2 weeks.
The reason why the reason why I say that is because last year
Mhm.
I told my students I wanted to lose 20 pounds. And then less than like 48 hours later, I wound up in the hospital with food poisoning and severe dehydration. Okay. And that was a fucking that was a shit show if I've ever, and I could not stop, like, shout out to the people who came and like visited me in the hospital.
Mhm.
Santera, my mom, and all that other stuff. Like I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But I was like, let me be very specific because I do, and I got to work on my diet, especially the blood results
Oof.
that came back.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's pre-diabetic. Everybody got.
I'm at 5.9 or 5.8. One of them.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means.
I think the
I'm-
normal. I think the normal is like 5.5 or 5.4 or something like that.
All I know is half the people I know are got vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah, and I got that too.
And everyone's pre-diabetic.
Yeah, I got that too. Like that's because we eat
Yeah.
like what we can.
Yeah.
Is we can't afford like organic food and
Mhm.
stuff like that, but we can afford Checkers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or it's readily available. Like I don't feel like standing in line forever. So, and even Uber Eats, when you order Uber Eats, if you ever notice, the healthy stuff take longer for it to be delivered than like Popeyes and
Yeah.
stuff. Popeyes is like 15 minutes. You'd be like, oh well, I'm hungry. Shit. Let
Yeah,
me.
it's been sitting under the lamps for all
I
damn
don't
day.
give a fuck. Love that chicken from Popeyes. You're gonna love my biscuits. You're gonna love my fries. Like, yeah. So I gotta, control that. So if y'all see me out and about and you see me about to walk into a Dunkin' Donuts or a Popeye, say, hey, you big back bitch, go walk, go get some water and get some lettuce.
Yeah. Actually,
And I take it with love.
actually, you know what my New Year's resolution should be is to get an accountability partner. Because if I had all the money in the world, like that's what I would pay for.
Yeah.
Just to have that one person that's around all the time. That
Hey.
yeah.
What the fuck are you
You
doing?
doing?
You big back bitch. Go to the gym. Like you see me anywhere except for the gym, take your big back ass to the gym. Worry about them cupcakes later.
Yeah, that person is worth their weight in gold. Like,
And in fat.
And in fact,
Like, I gained like 2 pounds according to the most recent weigh in. But cholesterol's up.
Yeah.
It's like 222, I think, if I remember. Yeah, I need to, relax.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I'm trying to lose some weight, but the number doesn't matter to me as much as how I feel, more so than anything else.
And I want them levels to
and the levels to
get
come,
on the green.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I don't want my doctor to be on my ass.
Exactly.
Yeah, the vitamin D, I gotta figure out like what to take and all that other stuff. And all you tops out there, this is exit only. So don't get a don't. I already know how some of my friends would be like, I got some vitamin D for you. No, nigga. No, absolutely not. Anyway, you can find me on IG at the John Cash Show, TikTok at the John Cash Show Podcast, Facebook. Should I still continue with TikTok? Because they might ban the shit.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
That's where the most engagement is, honestly.
Facebook, John Cash, and X at _John Cash. And for everybody listening, feel free to chat about any of these topics. Ask for advice. And even send me some suggestions regarding my New Year's resolution. And no vitamin D. At the John Cash Show at gmail.com. Once again, at the John Cash Show at gmail.com. Now, before we get started, a serious face. Before we get started here, we here at the John Cash Show Podcast send our condolences and thoughts to the loved ones of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, who passed away late last month. He was blessed and fortunate enough to live to the age of 100. Ooh, that sounded so fucked up. I'm chuckling. I'm not chuckling because of that. I'm chuckling because... Yeah.
So, Jimmy.
Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah. So, I remember, telling my mother, I said, "Oh, Jimmy Carter died. He was 100." She was like, "Oh," I'm like, "What you mean? Oh, he's 100? What do you
Yeah, that's a good run.
Once you start hitting certain age, once you hit a certain age,
I mean, the man was in like hospice for 12 years or something.
Yeah,
which felt like
he was looking like the ghost of Christmas past at these inaugurations.
Yeah.
He
he outlived his wife when he wasn't supposed to. That shit was crazy.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Once you hit a certain age.
He'd been looking like he's 100 years old for 20 years.
Well, that's a certain, race. They don't age too well.
Yeah, he was looking like he was 100 years old for 20 years. So
yeah,
but shout out to him for building all of them homes, though.
Yeah, homes for habitat.
Yeah, something like homes for humanity. One of those things.
Habitat.
Yeah,
Habitat for Humanity.
That's all I know about him, really. But that he was a one-term president. But aside from that, he seemed like a decent man. That's all I could say.
I mean, yeah.
Who
beat him? Bush?
Yeah, I think so. I think the older one.
Of course, not the younger one.
Yeah.
The younger one in Gore was for saying, 8 months.
I'm just saying, some people don't even know there were 2 Bushes out here.
There's a lot of Bush. There's over 7 billion people. There's a lot of Bush out here.
That's a fact.
Yes, you would know. Anyway. Jesus Christ. Jesus take the wheel. But yeah, she said, "Oh," I was like, what do you mean? Oh, he's 100. Once you get past 80, 80, once you get 80, that's kind of all right.
I bet you he was ready to go in his mind too. He's was supposed to die I think 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, he was in home hospice I don't know. I guess I'm of the mindset of I want to be very independent to the very last minute. Yeah, I don't want anybody waiting for me. I don't want anybody wiping anything from my ass crack. I don't want nobody wiping drool off of my face, off my chin. If I can't do my shit myself, or if I can't defend myself, then I just let me go.
Yeah.
Also, condolences and thoughts go out to the loved ones of one of the leading Black executives in media, Richard Parsons, who was the former Time Warner CEO, and Citigroup chairman, who passed away at the age of 76. Now, see, you could go, with that, it's 76, you know? But
that's
100?
that's about average.
Yeah. That's like maybe, what, 10 years retirement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good run, too, though.
Maybe 6,
Yeah.
because people retire now a little bit later. Yeah. Now that's a little bit,
Yeah.
So let's get into the show. I don't know about y'all, but shit is getting to be hectic. As we head into this second Trump presidency, you have all kinds of crazy things happening, such as the New Orleans New Year's Day massacre on Bourbon Street, where what's this guy's name? Shamsud Din Jabbar.
Yeah.
Rammed his truck into a crowd of people, killing 14 people at last count and injuring dozens more, if I'm not mistaken. He then got out of the truck and engaged in a shootout with police, which resulted in his death. So Happy New Year for that. Then you have the Special Forces soldier, Matthew Livelsberger, that detonated explosives to go off and caused his Tesla Cybertruck to explode in front of a Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas shortly before reportedly ending his own life, and leaving a note behind saying that he wasn't committing a terrorist attack, but rather he did it to, quote unquote, cleanse his mind of the brothers he lost. Now, according to his notes app, he stated, quote, "This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans can only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives?" This was in his notes app on his iPhone. So that's that. I don't know about you, Josh, but if this is what's going on at the start of the year, I started to imagine what will happen for the remainder of this year.
That one's the weirder one, because I was just like, what point are you trying to make? Because it's not clear. It's not clear at all.
I guess he was a Katy Perry fan.
I don't know. I don't know what the point. I mean, I was just like, that one. I mean, don't get me wrong. The other one doesn't make sense at all either. I mean, neither one of them do. The weird part is, if I'm not mistaken, they're not from like the same like I don't know, like platoon or whatever you want to call it.
They're from Fort Bragg.
Yeah, but they're both from the same.
Well, they had connections to Fort Bragg.
Yeah. I mean, they said there was no like, they could find no real connection between the two, but I just found that to be like a pretty weird coincidence. I don't know what to make of it though.
Stay away from Fort Bragg. I know you're a political buff, and we never did get a chance to speak about the outcome of the last election. And I believe you said you thought Trump would win.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. But were you surprised that Kamala underperformed the way that she did at the polls?
Not really. And to a certain extent, like, I do think it's a little bit overblown how much people think that she got outperformed by. I mean, because if you just look at
14 million people, right?
It wasn't 14 million people.
How much was it?
I don't remember the exact, like, I don't remember the exact number that she lost by the popular vote, but
no, 14 million people that didn't vote for her that voted for Biden.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising because she's a woman, like, honestly,
and black.
Yeah, like, and people, and I don't usually, and I know there's going to be plenty of assholes that are just like, oh, you're just trying to play the gender and the race card or whatever. But
no, you don't. You're not one of those.
I'm really not.
You're not one of those.
I'm really not.
You're not one of those people.
That is usually the last card that I'm playing. But I'm just like, it's just a fact, bro. Like, it's just like the thing is just like, in order for a black woman to be liked by someone else that is not a black woman takes so much more. Like, she's got to be
shaking her ass.
She's got to be doing all
and singing.
She can't do. That's the thing. She can't be. People are like, oh, she was too robotic. I'm just like, yeah, because if she has any ounce of personality, you're gonna label her as, for example, if she shows passion, that's anger.
Mm-hmm.
You know. If she's if she jokes a lot, she can't be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all these things. It's all those things. So it's like, if she shows compassion, she's not strong enough because she's a woman. It's like, so that's the reason why I feel like, honestly, a lot of people weren't going to vote for her. But the truth of the matter is, though, like, regardless of whoever they put into place, like, he was going to win. Like, there was just no way around it. Like, there was too many people saying too many dumb things that I heard in these studio walls about like how they felt about the candidates. And that's not to like, and the thing is, like, I'm not here to defend like Joe Biden or her, for example, because I mean, like, there's plenty of things to be critical of them of. And I was never a person that was thinking like Kamala is going to save the world. I figured at best the status quo was going to be remained or get slightly better at best under a Kamala Harris administration. So don't get it twisted that I thought like she was going to save the world. But what I think people don't understand is that like when you just actually look at like read the policies that like Trump did in his first term and the things that he was promising in his second term, I was like, okay, we all want change. We all want lower prices. We all want more safety. We all want the same things. But that man, the plan, that man doesn't have a plan for anything. And then like not a goddamn.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
fantastic.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm like, the dude doesn't have a plan for anything.
It's gonna be successful.
It's gonna be
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. And the so-called better economic times that we had during Trump are largely him riding the wave of Obama. Like that's the thing. Like he gets a lot of credit for like, oh, people are like, oh, times were good, or oh, he cut me a $1,200 check, which Biden did too, by the way. And I'm just like, you guys had the wool pulled over your eyes, but also I just think my overall take
because they wanted it.
Yeah, my overall take is like people are not paying attention, but largely and I want to call people dumb, but it's largely the reason why I think people are dumb is because they're too busy trying to pay the fucking bills to pay attention to like what's actually going on. And it doesn't take that much to figure out what's actually going on. You just actually have to, read a little bit every once in a while.
Read.
Yeah.
Reading. What's reading?
Exactly.
Like people like what? Read.
Yeah.
They want to do TikTok.
Yeah. And like I said, like it's like I said, like it's not that I love Democrats because I there's plenty of things to be critical of them about, but yeah, I just knew homie would win because he got the better vibes right now. And that's what we are. We are a vibes society.
Yeah. He's busy jerking off giraffes.
Yeah. Yeah.
YMCA.
Like he's just got better vibe. It's a lot easier to make us to just say something boldly that's completely fucked up or completely stupid, and people will believe it because you said it strongly.
Okay. We're gonna start that next show. Next episode, we're gonna start that. So final thoughts, Josh? On the as we wrap this episode up?
Yeah, because I talked way too long.
No, I like that.
What's it called? On the upcoming administration?
Upcoming, whatever.
Here's what I'll say. They have a whole bunch of bad ideas that are not going to fix the problems that we all want to have fixed, regardless of whether or not me and some bumblefuck out there that disagree on how to get shit done. But the truth of the matter is like, if there's one silver lining is that they have installed a whole bunch of people who don't know how to effectively get all of the fucked up plans that they have planned to get done. So I'm just like bracing for impact, but at the same time, kind of optimistic because I'm just like, oh, you guys picked a whole bunch of clowns that don't know how to actually get some of the stuff done. So
yeah, we have Elon Musk with a seat at the table at federal government.
The real president. The real president. Because it's really an oligarchy out here, at least for this presidency, for sure.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, it was an oligarchy during Biden's presidency too.
I'm about to say,
let's not get it twisted.
I was about to say, like, all right, like,
we've been living in an oligarchy for a little bit now. So
yeah, that's what my social studies teacher said some years ago. I'm not going to say how many years, but some years ago.
Shout out to social studies teachers depressing all the students for giving them the realness.
I love it. I love history. Yeah,
me too.
So yes, as I always like to say, stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts. Let's thrive in 2025. See and speak to you next week on the John Cash Show podcast. Bitches.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.